2023年8月23日、対シンシナティレッズ戦、大谷翔平選手は右肘の怪我により2回で降板しました。今回の動画は、大の大谷ファンとして知られるフリッピンバットの司会者ベンバーランダーが、大谷選手の右肘の怪我はどの程度エンゼルスの責任なのかについてアレックス・カリーと対談しているポッドキャストを翻訳したものです。
What kind of a fallout do you see happening for the Angels, and how much of this is their fault?
I'm so mad at the Angels. I really am. I'm just mad at their way of handling this. Again, for months, we have been hearing it's fatigue. He's fine. It's fatigue. We're talking to him. He's going to go play. He wants to keep playing through it. It's fatigue. And then we keep hearing all the time, there's no pain. There's no pain. There's no pain. After he came out of the game last night, fatigue. There's no pain. Bullshit. That's a lie. We were lied to. The game of baseball, the fans, we have been lied to by the organization. But of course there was pain last night. He tore his UCL.
I'm just like, how at that point are you not going through a certain checkpoint with doctors? When does the doctor or team trainer step in? You can tell. You know his velo is down. He was almost exiting every one of his last 7 starts with something.
Right. It doesn't take a doctor.
Something.
Exactly.
His body was breaking down in front of our eyes.
What is wrong with the Angels? Fire the whole medical staff. Shohei, Mike Trout. We've been robbed of 2 of the greatest players of all time in their primes due to injuries that keep coming up. But what is going on there in that medical? Anthony Rendon comes over, signs his huge contract. He can't see the field. Mike Trout keeps getting injured. Shohei with the injury. And then we're just lied to about everything. This isn't these players' fault. I mean, some injuries are freak injuries, but at a certain point, you got to look deep within of the training staff and say, what are we missing? If you're the trainers, if you're the medical staff, what are we missing here? How is this possible that we can have all of these players and we can sign this guy to this huge contract who's one of the best third basemen in baseball, and he comes over here and he's hardly played for us? Mm-hmm. And Mike Trout, as his career progresses, is now struggling to stay on the field, and the hamate bone is one thing, but all of these other injuries, it's like at a certain point, you can't just chalk them all up to being freak injuries. And I'll use Shohei Ohtani as the perfect example. We could have alleviated this months ago.
Yep.
By the Angels saying, hey, something is off. Something is off. You are done. You can hit. You can DH for us, but we have an obligation to do what's right here, and you are done pitching. Your body is telling us. It doesn't take a doctor, Alex. I sat here, you sat here. I sat here right the other day and said, we are going to have a serious discussion soon about Shohei needing to say, I'm done this year. I ain't playing another game. The Angels, they went for it. Thanks for going for it, but it didn't work. I am done. And I wish that had happened. Obviously, hindsight 2020 here, but if the medical staff wasn't going to do it, if the ownership, if the GM, if they weren't going to do it, we know Shohei wasn't going to do it. Who was? Who was? And now we're here, August 24th, and we're not going to see Shohei, the two-way player, for at least a year, would be my guess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and to add to the devastation last night in the Angels organization, Mike Trout also went back on the IL last night. They brought him back too soon. 1 game, he was still feeling pain in his hand. He should probably be shut down. He should be shut down for the rest of the season as well.
I know I'm passionate and I'm fired up today, but I'm like on the cusp. Just fold the organization at this point.
Did you see there were signs last night on the fan cam already sell the team?
Yes, and that's what I was saying.
He put it up for sale last offseason, and then right at the final second, nope, not going to sell. Not going to do it.
I just feel like every fan listening, not an Angels fan, but just fans in general for the game of baseball, should be pissed off at the Angels and Artie Moreno for his dealing of this team and getting in this situation. We've seen former players come out. CJ Wilson has come out and just said like how bad the organization and coming up through it is, and the nutrition behind it all, and the exercise and the training behind it. It's just it has been a mess. And for them to have the two of the greatest players we've ever seen fall into their lap, and for them to rob us of getting to see them in the playoffs, it's so frustrating. So no, Mike Trout. Look, Mike Trout should do, I'm not going to say he shouldn't play another game. Mike Trout should do what he wants to do, because we can sit here and say like he should sit out. Well, we're being robbed of Mike Trout's career. So if he wants to go out there this year and continue to hit more homers and continue to further his stats, then great. But if he is still in pain, and clearly he came back because of Shohei.
Yeah.
He came back because of Shohei. Shohei goes down, Mike Trout goes back on the IL. He owes nothing.
And back-to-back days.
Yeah.
Came back one day, next day Shohei goes down.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not going to say he shouldn't play another game, but he should do whatever the hell he wants to do. If he feels an ounce of pain and doesn't want to play, or he doesn't want to risk future injury, don't do it. If you feel 100%, then come back and play. But
皆さんはどうお考えですか？ご視聴ありがとうございました。いいね、コメント、シェア、チャンネル登録をお願いします。それではまた。